That's my little signature. Welcome to Center of Light, everyone. I need my Geritol. I want to say Merry Christmas to you. Whatever that means for you. Happy holidays. Whatever that means for you. Big old fat cheese pizza. Whatever that means for you. Nobody's trying to offend you. Somebody's trying to love you. Don't be offended when someone gives you salutations about anything. Accept it gratefully. Tonight, on Center of Light, we're going to be talking about depression. Dear Lord, make it stop. I have no doubt pretty much 85, if not more, percent of the people that will hear this presentation now or later know someone who is in a dark night of the soul. Don't keep this Christmas gift to yourself. Pay it forward. I'm paying it forward. I'm going to be here hour plus, hour and a half. However long Spirit dictates, I'm going to sit in this chair. Grab this link and share it. I'm not going to get cray-cray on you. I mean, maybe that's what it needs, what it takes to yank your said loved one that you're thinking about right now, because I posed that question to you. Maybe that's what they need to take them out of the abyss and into the garden of soul. I'm going in. I'm going in the rabbit hole. I'm going to feel my wholeness best I can, so I can project that through this media platform. I hope you're willing to receive and help those who need to receive something. The world is depressed. The thumb has been pressing on humanity, on the world. We're not victims here. Center of Light. Tonight we're speaking about depression. Make it stop. I want to acknowledge everyone in the room. Again, please share this. Someone needs to see this. And if you agree with the message, maybe you can say, hey guys, if any of you out there are having some difficulty right now in your life, you might want to watch this if it's something you support. Hello, John Berthelot, Debbie Shelton, Rick the V is in the house. Wendy, I dropped a group of links in this forum. Please definitely go to YouTube, hyperlink that seat to YouTube, and subscribe to my page. Please just do that. It'd be great. Hello, Dana. Andrea Forrest, my old friend. Notice I didn't say old. I said old friend. I've been knowing Andrea for years via the internet. We just have this brother and sister relationship. It's Christmas for me with all my little bling bling and decorations to see her here. Notice all my bling bling on top of my Christmas tree. My light is moved. I got a star on my Christmas tree. Y'all watch. There you go. So tonight we're going to lighten the load. I'm going to be here for a while. Your healing is not in a hurry. Your healing requires you to be present. Put the kids to bed. Tell the husband to go away. Tell the girlfriend that she's got to leave. Whatever you got to do. It's your turn. Your turn. We're going to get naked. We're going to get into the raw of it all. And I will please always comment. It feeds me. Sometimes I glance and it takes me into a direction because someone sparked a beautiful piece of inspiration. But I will open up the floor in a little bit. There will be a time for that. So if someone has a direct question about something you're wrestling with that may serve many people, don't be shy. Don't be embarrassed. When you come into this room under my umbrella of got you back forever, I will be. Be vulnerable. Maybe that's what it takes. Maybe you've never been vulnerable and exposed your core You're light. And you're angry about it. You may not know you're angry. Somewhere inside you might be angry about it. And anger turned inward is depression. You are never living in the future when you have depression. In fact, you're not even living in the now or the present moment. You're not only reflecting on the past experience or experiences, you're dwelling on it. And you're angry and you won't let it go. You might be angry at the person or the event. Ultimately, you're angry at yourself. How you have been reacting to it and allowing it to have power over you as to why. Hence, now you, my precious sibling, might be depressed. I'm not talking down to you. I'm lifting you up in exaltation. How is Keith an expert in depression? I had it. 2 years. It's not fun. I wanted it to simply just stop. Dark night of the soul, depression, loneliness, despair. No one's listening. They may be. They're just probably tired of hearing you go into your story. Because it brings them in, because of their love for you and their empathy and their compassion. It brings them into the story with you. And they don't mind going into that story with you, provided that you're doing something to make it Christmas for yourself. Merry Christmas. We can throw someone a life preserver all we want. They will either grab it or they will drown. Sometimes we can throw someone a life preserver when they're drowning in water, the emotional abyss, which is reflective in dreams, emotion water. And even when we throw them a life preserver, they shoot you the middle finger. Say, oh, I'm not interested. Just leave me here to drown in peace. I want to help you get out of that. You have to want it more than I can tell you how to get out of that. That is your saving grace. You have no other option. You have to want to get out of depression more than I'm able to get you out of it, because it brings you to another level. I am here as a stepping stone for you to give you a few love nuggets, a few Christmas gifts. Do you want it? We are all depressed to some level. Humanity is depressed to some degree. I'm not looking at the negative. It's a fact. If humanity was illumined and awakened and expanded to its fullest capacity, we would not be where we are. Now, will we? Would we? Welcome to Center of Light, y'all. Let's see what's happening in the forum. Debbie, what's going on, girl? Lewis, what's up, brother? Lewis Lincoln. Andrea says, Olay. Wendy says, yes, I'm hurt and angry tonight. Then what I want you to do, sweetheart, give this a shot. If you're hurt and angry tonight, Wendy, play with it. And I don't mean just, I'm hurt and I'm angry. Get really hurt and get really angry. Get really, really hurt and really, really angry. Controlled anger. I don't mean just don't snap and go do something stupid. I'm talking about get angry, punch a pillow, get angry. One, you will burn it out, would be the intention. Two, your anger and your hurtness is conscious. You're doing it with an intention to heal. You understand? Good. Debbie, hello, Judy Reed, Nicole Parrish. Debbie says she's eating her spaghetti while soaking up your wisdom and awesomeness, brother. Back at you, sister. Debbie says, I've been depressed off and on my whole life. There are many reasons for it. Okay, I hear you, Debbie. Since you're here, since you've expressed, I'm going to share with you as a teacher, as a brother, someone who truly loves and cares for you. I'm going to give it to you raw. I do understand there are many reasons. These are fractals of why I'm in this place right now. I got that. And I know that you know I got that. So now that we both agree that we both get it, let's you and I take that together and put it aside. And we're not to look at it ever again. Just put it aside. Debbie, I'm about to change you. Debbie says she's been depressed off and on her whole life, and there are many reasons. I hear you, sister. I understand. And you know that I understand. And now that we both understand, let's take that, look at it one last time. I'm about to change your life. Merry Christmas. Look at that one last time. Those many reasons. Look at it really good, because it will be your last glimpse. So enjoy it. Appreciate it. Look at it. As horrible as it looks, all the different fragments of why you've been depressed off and on your entire life. Look at it. Tell it bye. And you put it aside. Now that you put it aside, I want you to focus on me. Now that you're here with me and you've put that aside, tell me what's really bothering you. Now that you put it aside, tell me what's really bothering you. Do you understand? It's not what you think it is. It comes in the guise of all those things that you have blamed as the reason for your mechanical mental problem. So if you leave what you and I put on the shelf alone, and stay with that question, but sincerely be with that question, so much so that you salivate every time you ask that question of yourself. So what is really my problem? The answer will surface in you before Christmas time. That is a fact. So what's really bothering you? And don't try to dissect it. Break it into a billion bits. If we can't understand the one reason that's the core issue, if we don't have a full understanding of one, how can we understand multiplicity? It's like juggling with one ball. I can do that pretty good. 2, 3, you start adding more to the equation, things get fractaled and harder to play out, balance out. Debbie, what I'm offering to you is you will put this down once and for all. When you stop thinking about the past and what you think caused you to feel the way you do about yourself and your life. I hope that works for you. That was a very powerful piece of information. It moved through me not as if, because I needed to hear that to heal myself. Now what? Until we play the now what card, nothing happens. Nothing happens. As long as we sit in the space of having nothing to sitting in the space of nothing, nothing happens. One moment. Hello, Judy. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Leslie. Pri. I love me some Pri. Everybody hearing everything okay? Just send me an exclamation point. All is well. Merry Christmas, my dear friends. Deb, I want to say thank you for your vulnerability and your receptivity to allow me and all these strangers and your vulnerability into your personal, sacred space. Thank you, everyone, for the validation, the exclamation points. Congratulations. You did a freaking monumental, phenomenal thing just now. You exposed your core. Boop. And everybody gets to see you naked, raw, for exactly who you not are, maybe think you are in this moment, but you let everyone see you. That's 50% of the healing right there. So now you have all this conscious power. Listen to this, Deb. Debbie. Everyone who watches this video presentation from now on, because I'm telling him to, or just commanding it to be so, when they watch it, they're going to think of you. Energy gets hit to you immediately. Everyone send Debbie just a quick thought. Boom. There you go. Now, from now on, everyone's going to send you a quick thought. Because you allowed yourself to be vulnerable. Cause and effect. Because of what you did, it affected me, and I just given you instruction via my will. And there it is. So put all the reasons that you give credence to aside. Now, what is my problem? Ask yourself passionately. And God's going to say, I've been waiting. Let's move up another level. God bless you. Elwood. See, I love this. This is truly so divine. One, you being here. Debbie acted immediately. Ames acts immediately. Much love to Debbie. See, the process has already started. There's no stopping it. Love it. All right, let's keep moving forward. Let's see who else is here. Andrea, are you still here? Let's see who's here. In a different fashion. Andrea's still here. I'm going to take a short pause. When I come back, I'm going to get into the... You know what? The pause I'm going to take, I'm going to play a song first by a beautiful dear friend of mine. And I really want you to listen to the musicianship. It's not just a cool song with some cool chords. It's more than that. There's an energy, an entity, an intellect, a consciousness imbued, innate in the music. You will feel it. Andrea, I'm going to leave it to you, dear. I love it. She's probably like, Keith, stop. And I'm not going to stop because I love you. You need to be vulnerable. I have Song for Peace or Ishq. What would you like, Andrea? Elwood said, I made it relearning Crazy Train. Dana says, thank you. God bless you, dear. Go shopping. Wendy says kickboxing might be... Hey, what a fantastic, Wendy. What a fantastic idea. Kickboxing might be in my future. If you meant that funnily, ha ha ha, that's a brilliant idea, actually. Get in there and get to the raw and the thick of it and touching your primordial animal. Andrea says stop. All right, so I'm going to play Andrea's song for Peace. And then I'm going to go into a Sadhguru video. If you are watching this presentation tonight, hear me. I love you. If you love those people around you who may be in a dark night of the soul, send them this link. I want nothing. I got what I need, which is the opportunity to live my heart. Right now it's Christmas for me fully. My son's over here in the bed. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. Take this energy, wisdom, many years of experience as a teacher, and I'm sharing with you. Give it to someone. Say, you don't have to understand, just listen. Some Andrea Forrest, I love your name, by the way. She wants the song for peace. I'm looking for it, and there it is. And please let it just work all perfectly, Lord. Andrea, that was fantastic. Everyone, Andrea, to my knowledge, Andrea, correct me if I'm wrong, I think she played everything on the song. I hope you like the banner I put to it. It was very calming for me. So now we're going to move. She said it's perfect. I love it. Let me read these few comments. Leslie gives me a whole bunch of cosmic little star rings. I'll accept it. Hey, Sandy. Debbie says, we are never truly disconnected from God. We just have to relearn to be quiet and listen again. Suddenly, through the silence, the new world appears. I'm about to play a video for you. You want to heal. If you want to heal, don't only listen with your ears, which it may be the instrument that brings it into the heart, but become a sponge all night. What you have heard, what you're going to hear now, what you hear later from me, as well as this presentation. I'm about to play you a video that's going to turn you inside out, if you want it. When you are in depression, you're living in the past. It's consumed you, and you're lost. I had it for 2 years, and being so lost, I found my greatest self. Okay. Hello, Waverly. It's a labor of love, she says. Christopher Joseph Porsche, Darlene Sexton. Debbie says, I don't always feel connected. That's an honest statement. We are connected to God. If so, if not, we couldn't exist. So we already have the dialogue. It's called breath. God breathed life into man. Ongoing breath. So there we are plugged into a generator. Now, you're not being aware of it. It's called the human condition. You are not isolated and or alone. In fact, Debbie, listen to this, Debbie. Tonight must be your night, so to speak. But not. The fact that you recognize that you're not always conscious of your connection is 50% of your journey. The other 50% is taking the conscious step to become conscious of eternal consciousness. Congratulations. You just went from wherever you were to 50%. By understanding I am connected to my parent, but I'm not aware of it. In that awareness of that you are not aware of it, who is that one that is aware of I'm not always aware of it? That is the question that's really going to bake you noodles later. Who is the one that declares I'm not always aware of my connection? That's you. That's the real you. And there's nothing you can do about it. And it will always exist. That's the beauty of it. You are blessed. Wendy Harwell Ray. All right, y'all, we're going to get down to some Sadhguru. Listen, this man is God. It's God on earth. It may shake your foundation and your belief system. It's okay. We believed in Santa Claus. Merry Christmas, by the way. Check out my wreath, y'all. My elf and my chroma tree with the light right on top right there. We believed in Santa Claus until we became adults. That illusion, beautiful illusion it is, was shattered. When you move into the realm of God, to the absolution, to the realms of the it, the all of it, and there is nothing else, you can expect illusions to be shattered. Because in infinite possibility, nothing exists except everything, which is infinite possibility. Some Sadhguru, gonna be right back. Oh my God, this is so, I love it. This man is I'm looking for the right one. I have two.
So psychology and psychiatry has infamously held by the neck because of pills. This is something that, has been like a raising concern in everybody's mind, because at least that stigma of going to counselors have fortunately come down a little. But the fact that people go to psychiatrists and the fact that they are prescribed pills is somehow still there.
You're telling me, I'm not rubbishing the science. I said, if things are going wrong with your life, it's bad enough. If you get depressed, you're only multiplying the problem. For this, the activists have been… You also? You also? Okay. Okay, I'll explain that. I very much understand. I'm closely associated with various people who are in the profession. And there are many people, because every day I'm meeting thousands of people, not everybody is perfectly sane, a lot of them go off, they need doctors' help, everything. It's not we're discounting that. But if you do not bring the fundamental responsibility in every human being that their physical and mental health is their business, if you do not bring this from an early age, you will see a lot more people will go off. Don't think everybody is pathologically ill, no. Those who are pathologically ill, without medication for periods of time, they may not be able to come out at all. Some of them will never come out, that is also there, that's a different matter. But we are talking about all the fringe kind of madness, which all of us have. Something goes wrong, I can also drive myself into depression. I can also drive myself into depression. Something that I want doesn't happen. Everybody capable of driving themselves into depression, isn't it so? Is it possible or not?
So what you're saying is depression is not a choice? I mean, is that what you're saying? You think depression is a choice?
Please understand, there are some who are pathologically ill. It gets them in spite of themselves. But many of them push themselves into it. Suppose you get very angry, what is the expression you use? I'm mad at you. So consciously, willingly you're getting mad because you get some results in the society. If you keep trying it, because the line between sanity and insanity is so thin, if you push, one day you will cross. There are many people in the world who need not be ill, both physically and mentally, not just mental illness I'm talking. Both physically and mentally, they need not be ill. See, right now, for last 50 years, some millions of cardiac surgeries have been done. Today surgeons are clearly telling you, if you go off red meat, you eat the right food, if you exercise, you will not come for the surgery table. Is that against your cardiology? Why is psychology such an insecure profession?
Absolutely not. There's a certain diagnostic criteria for… So, I might be sad, I might be extremely sad, but that does not mean that I am depressed. I am entitled to my sadness.
See, please, who doesn't know this? Do I look so simplistic that I don't understand somebody is sad and somebody is depressed? But is it possible that many people push themselves into depressive states at certain times in their life, and the same people also came out in a determined way? Is it there? Thousands of them? Is it there or no? Yes. Many of them. So, if I say it is open, everybody need not end up with chemicals, maybe it's against a particular profession, but we're talking for humanity.
Thank you, Sadhguru. Although I don't think Anjali is fully convinced on the answer's tangent. Questions?
How do you get fully convinced or not convinced on a fact? If it's your opinion, you can be convinced or not convinced. Is it a fact that many of you, I'm saying most of you are young, you have not seen much life, but even in this little life that you have seen, there were moments when you crossed your sadness and became depressed for a few days. Has it happened to you? And most of you have come out of it without anybody's help, or maybe with a friend or somebody who mentored you a little bit, have you? These are facts, these are not opinions.
So Sadhguru is going to be doing the Mahashivratri festival in February. Hundreds of thousands of people on location. Millions of people will be looking on. He's God on this earth. It is. He is illumined physically, as a yogi, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. He's connected to the all. For 12 hours on the Mahashivratri festival in February, which I will be broadcasting. Get your rest. Get off of work. Take a VK day. He's going to open himself up through the manifestation of this festival. And he, as a beacon of divine light, is going to outpour spiritual juice all over your face. It will change you. It's changing the consciousness of the world. That being said, let me look in the room. Yeah, my sound was off. I'm trying to do different things and I had the mute button. But you bet. It's just a learning curve. Steve Stone, hello, sir. No sound, no sound, no sound. Debbie says, Keith, you got me hooked on Sadhguru. Real soon, Center of Light's going to do a Christmas party. I'm going to play my guitar, have my PA system up, some lights. Also, I want to see who's here real quick. I want to make an announcement about Christmas night. Listen to this. This is sexy spiritual good. Listen to this. Christmas night. I am going to be doing a presentation on the life of Jesus and Christ. Jesus and Christ? Yes. Jesus, the man. Christ, the consciousness. The divine Son, the begotten Son, the only begotten Son. Jesus, the man, human, ascended, arisen to the level of spiritual consciousness and said, I am the way, the truth, the hope, and the light. Follow me. So we can never, should never, could never see Jesus as better, but just better at it. Follow the teacher. We become the teachers of the future. So Jesus became the Christ. But my presentation on Christmas night is going to be about the life of Jesus. Where did he go those missing years? Well, Keith, we're not supposed to ask those questions. I want to know where he went. That's pretty important stuff. For me to be able to fully follow my master, my teacher, I need to know that. There are no secrets in a black belt dojo. You have to work your way into the dojo, and eventually you become a black belt yourself, or the Jedi, or the Christian, or the Buddhist, or the Hindi, and so forth and so on. Or the fireman, or the police officer, or the hairdresser, or the musician. But what I want to show you, check this out. I'll save it. Christmas night. So, let's keep moving. I have a lot to cover. I told you I was going to be here for a while. I want to look in the room. I love Leslie. Thank you. She gives me a big ear, meaning Keith, no sound. Everybody can hear me now? Yes? Pri says, brilliant. I hope to be there again with you. Last one. I'm going to get my sleep. I'm going to get my coffee. I'm going to get my Mother Earth. I'm going to get myself together, and I'm going to plant myself in it. So I hope everyone joins me. We're going to keep moving. I'm going to be here for probably another at least 30 minutes. Maybe take this time to get you some water, something to snack. If you want to really be a part of this Christmas presentation, if you know someone who's struggling, dear Lord, they're in the dark night of the soul. We're all in dark nights of the soul. Let me tell you about Keith. I am a happy guy. I am a joyful, blissful knucklehead. Levels I don't understand, levels I'm not aware of. I have some unhappinesses. How do I know that? I know what it is to be fully illumined. It's not an ego stroke. It's a lighthouse that says, this is simply just what I want. And I'm learning. And I'm yearning. And there's a burning inside of me. Some more Sadhguru. This one's going to be about 10 minutes long. Hello, Trudy. Hello, Cindy Aldridge. Cindy, I made you an administrator of that room. I trust you. Use it as you need. Merry Christmas. All right, y'all. Let's keep moving. Some Sadhguru. I want to give you a message from a dear friend of mine before we move on to the Sadhguru. Check out my alter ego, my doppelganger. Check him out.
Merry Peakmas, everybody. Just want to give you a shout out with some Yuletide greetings and some love. Yeah, I'm going to sing you a Christmas song because I'm in the spirit. Dear Lord. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. You know, I used to think that song said, Feliz probably not, because I had a big old stanky dog. Roo-roo. Remember, y'all, this is the time of year where everybody wants to get warm and fuzzy and cozy and drink some of that eggnog. Woo, 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 woo. That's some good stuff right there. You can bet on that. Now remember, you can buy a Pete the Creeper present this year, but keep it under $100. Right? Right? Happy New Year to you. Keep it tight, keep it right. Pete the Creeper's out of here for the night. Merry Christmas. Yeah.
If you are capable of causing depression to yourself, I'm saying this not without any concern for your illness or not due to lack of compassion, because that is the nature of what's happening to you. If you're causing depression to yourself, you are able to generate substantial amount of intense emotions and thoughts, but in the wrong direction. If you don't have very strong emotions, very intense thoughts about something, you cannot get depressed. It is just that you are generating thoughts and emotion which work against you, not for you. So you are strong enough to cause depression to yourself because for you to cause a mental illness for yourself, unless you're pathologically ill, which is just a small number of people, rest are all self-created. Most of them are self-created. A few are pathologically ill, they cannot help it. It just comes from within because of genetic and other factors. Almost everybody here, if we train them towards a certain kind of thought process and emotion and push them a little bit with the outside situations, almost everybody will go lose their mental balance. They will become clinically ill. They can be driven to madness, I'm saying, because the line between sanity and insanity is very thin. People keep pushing it, You get angry, you're pushing the line. It's a thin line. In fact, when you get angry, you know you're pushing the line. That's why the expression, I was mad at somebody. You're not mad at somebody, you're just going mad. You cannot be mad at somebody. You're just pushing your sanity, the boundaries of sanity, and moving into insanity for a certain period of time and coming back. You do one thing every day, you try this. 10 minutes a day, try intense anger on somebody. What? You will see in 3 months' time, you will be clinically there. Yes. Just try it if you want. Because if you keep pushing the line, you go mad and you come back, you go mad and you come back, one day you're not able to come back, that's all. One day you're not able to turn back, then you're clinically ill. You must understand, even if you got angry for a moment, you're already ill. Maybe you don't get the certificate of diagnosis. If you keep pushing the line, they don't slap a certificate on you that you're gone. But you are going, isn't it? You think it's your right to throw tantrums? You think it's your right to get angry with people? You think it's your privilege to be depressed so that you'll get attention from somebody? You keep playing this, one day you will not be able to turn back. Keep crossing the line every day, one day you will see you cannot cross back. That day, you need a doctor. Till then, everybody needed a respite from you, but the day you can't cross back, they get the respite because now they can catch you and give you to a doctor. Otherwise, you're temporarily going mad every day, many times a day. They cannot even send you to an asylum, they have to bear with you, your family, your friends, your people around you. If you get at least truly clinically ill, we can hand you over. There's one temple in Tamil Nadu, you know, where they chain you and keep you. Where there is no hospital, no psychological for ailments, there's no hospital, there is a temple that somebody created which is supposed to push people back into sanity. So, families just take them and leave them there, they're shackled and left in the temple. You give them some money, they'll feed you, and you're just there like an animal, tied up. I think if hospitals were run like this, a lot of people wouldn't go crazy. They would maintain their sanity. Right now it's too deluxe. If you make hospital extremely comfortable, it'll become an incentive to become sick. And you have incentives in your life to become ill, right from your childhood. You got the maximum attention only when you fell ill. When you are happy, they screamed at you. When you squealed in joy, they screamed back at you, adults. You're… then boo-boo, 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 boo-boo. When you are a child, physical illness is good because you'll get attention from your mother and father and everybody around you, and you don't have to go to school on that day. So you learn the art of falling physically ill. But once you get married, you learn the art of becoming mentally ill. Because if you want to get attention, you go sit in a corner, act depressed, people will pay attention to you. So, you keep playing this game, one day you're not able to cross the line back. That day, you're clinically ill. Unfortunately, in many ways, not just in the way that I said now, in many different ways, I would say 70% of illnesses on the planet, all kinds, are self-created. Even if you get an infection, there is a way. If you keep yourself in a certain way, physically and mentally, the virus and the bacteria will not work the same way as it works upon somebody else. If you set yourself like this, no matter what's happening, anyway, I have to go and do this, this and this. There's no break from that. The last 29 years, I have not been able to cancel one program because I'm running temperature, I got a cold, I got this, I got that. It doesn't matter what's happening, what you have to do, you anyway have to do. You can't turn back on that. Either out of your commitment or you have a boss like that. One way or the other, if it happens, then you will see, you will not at all fall sick so often. Because if you have temperature, you still have to go. If it's summer, you still go, right? Now, a lot of people don't go. It's a little hot outside, they don't go and work. Little cold outside, they don't go and work. A little raining, they won't go and work. A snowflake, they will not go and work. This is just weather. So for every change in weather, if you have the comfort of covering yourself in a blanket and lying down, once you create that, your body will learn to fall sick as often as possible. If you just keep it this way, it doesn't matter what it is, anyway I have to go and do what I have to do, you will see your body will just bounce back as quickly as possible, even if it gets the worst kind of infections. So you just have to set the necessary conditions for health, necessary incentives for health, both for yourself and your children if you have them. Do not set incentives for sickness. The child is sick, observe him from a distance, never go cuddle him. He knows that's the worst time of his life and he knows he has to get well soon. And give him the best attention when he is joyful. You will see he naturally learns from within. His very chemistry will learn that it pays to be joyful, it doesn't pay to be sick. If you make this very clear to your own biology, to your own chemistry and to everybody around you, you will see people will not fall sick as often as they are right now. So set that up for yourself. You will see you will get healthy. If you can turn your mind this way, you can also turn it this way. I want you to understand this. No, I'm like this because my father abused me when I was 7 years of age. If you know all that bullshit, you can as well turn yourself around, isn't it? It's time. You must understand, mentally, physiologically, chemically, energy-wise, you must clearly understand it doesn't pay to be sick, unhappy, depressed. It doesn't pay. To be joyful and ecstatic, it pays. If you make this clear to all these people inside, they will all behave properly.
That's powerful stuff. That's like really powerful stuff. Many people who are depressed choose it. I don't want to accept that responsibility. I'm not choosing it. I'm sick. Keep pushing that line. Push, 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 push. And there can come a time when there is no turning back. Meaning, now I'm sunk, stuck in the hole of the dark abyss, the dark night of the soul. I dated a girl for many years. When she left, I had nothing. That's what changed my life. The nothing changed my life. I sunk as low as it could possibly be. And the only way was up. I exhausted all my possibilities in the outside world, looking for happiness there. I was an aspiring musician. I had no money. She was my shelter, my sex, my food, my transportation, my girlfriend. I was an aspiring musician. And when she said, "See you later," everything that I thought was real was like castles in the air. It all just fell. So I used that as a leverage and moved my ass to Memphis, Tennessee. And I fell into a divine fire. You have to want something that so surpasses your quandary. I don't have the motivation though, Keith. I hear what you're saying, but I don't have the motivation. Use the energy of feeling so heavy to your advantage, because you are a being, a spiritual being that has the capacity to use your will. You have free will. It costs you nothing. So instead of choosing this, it costs me nothing. My divine parent loves me infinitely. Every conscious wish I ask is granted. Every unconscious wish I ask is granted. So why not use your will in a free manner so you don't have to pay for it and the backside, and it will collect interest. See what I'm saying? It's a very simple mathematical formula. So you may be one who finds himself depressed or in a deep depression. Acknowledging where you are without beating yourself or anyone else up or a situation is your first ploy. I'm done with the story. The question becomes, this is my situation, regardless of how it looks, who or what is attached to it. So the question now becomes, now what I'm going to do with that. Putting that stuff on the shelf. Now tell me what is really bothering me, Spirit. Answer me so clearly that I hear it, that I endure it, and I take it seriously. That's it. That's all you have to do. You don't have to do this arduous task every day. You just have to mean it. You have to be simply, I'm grateful. Okay, I'm depressed. I'm not so grateful right now, but I want to be. Just simply grateful. Versus, oh my God, I'm depressed. How am I ever going to get out of this? Someone left me, or I'm this or that, and this happened and that happened. To, this is my situation. It's not fun. Okay, I agree it's not fun. Look at it again, and you put it on the shelf and say, now what? That is the greatest question you can possibly ask yourself in a depressive state. Now what? Acknowledgement. I'm so conscious as a being. I'm conscious of the fact that there's a separation between the me that's recognizing that this part of me is depressed. So there's two of you. So which one is the real you? I just became aware that I'm depressed. Well, who is this I am that just became aware that the lower I is depressed? So you just created a split, a rift, a rend. Now, in your awareness of that, you begin to mend from beginning to end all the nonsense. I am not that thing that I've been assigning to for all of my life. That's not what I am at all. I am the one that just bought into this movement of knuckleheaded nonsense. So who is this one that becomes aware of the illusion and the story I've always bought into? Who is that one? That one. And that one is every one of us. So you truly are not depressed. That's not your natural state. me say that again. Depression, here's a spiritual love nugget for anyone who needs it. When one is in depression, it almost feels natural. That is the pull of the illusory experience it has as to why one will fall into said depression. Because the experience they bought into as it danced its dance to convince me that this has to be the way it's going to be, it's not true. We bought into it. So the illusion is your greatest teacher. It's your counterpoint. It's your partner. It's your husband. It's your wife. It's your death. It's your life. Who is that between all of those polar opposites I just named? It's not praise, nor is it blame. It's you, as beautiful as you are. But yet, do you feel so ashamed? Are you wild? Or are you tame? What serves you best? Do you feel life is a test and leave it to the rest? In so doing, things can infest. Do you feel that? Where's that coming from? It's you. There's nothing else. Yep, there's nothing else. Can you project yourself there if you don't have at least a toe in the divine ocean yet? Can you kind of feel what's being presented to you to move you from depression, recession, into a session of something that has so been waiting for you for forever? Do you dare to endeavor into that golden state? And I don't mean California. Merry Christmas. I just went into vessel mode and my eyes were open, and that was a first for me. And what it felt like for me was a massage. I hope it massaged your heart. Let's see who's here. Robert's in the house. Gisela Katerina. Christine. Andrea Forrest says, that's the key, awareness of the other. Debbie says, I feel you, brother. Felt like that when my hubby left in June. Everything fell. Rebuilding a new life now. All right. I get the feeling I'm going to go inside. Not that I have it. I'm going to do this quote formally. I don't know why. I'm not asking why. It's saying go into it. Actually, in other words, make a thing of it. So I'm going to make a thing of it. For whatever this is worth. Merry Christmas to you, divine siblings of the all. Big to small. Do you hear that? You may say, well, nothing has been said yet. Do I hear what? Exactly. What is that what that you are trying to hear, and why aren't you hearing it? Are you hearing incorrectly? There's lots being said that you haven't heard. It's in your listening, wanting to hear that you will never hear it. So your meditation, dear ones, doesn't have to drone on for hours and hours and hours, which it can because there is so much bliss inherent in it. But to simply open the gate does not require all that struggle and effort. You are a stargate. You are a portal of divine light simply by engaging your will. There is nothing else. And there it sits. That's your meditation to open the gate. That is the gate that will allow you to hear. Not here, but here, right here and right now. And kapow! Suddenly, within the silence, a new world appears. Very few people tread that sacred ground. They never dare to brave that sacred mountain. But atop it, I tell you, is a fountain of youth. Children of light you are. Depression can be seen as your self-inflicted devil. It's your demons you're wrestling with. It's your demons. And you wrestle. And you wrestle. And every time someone asks you to dance, you say, sure, I'll be your partner. But you could sit that one out if you chose to. But you don't. And you depress yourself. Into states of self-induced unconsciousness. Why do you do that? No judgment, but why do you do that? Powerful question you can take into the rabbit hole of your meditation. Why do I do that? And suddenly, within the silence, the answer appears. Because I'm afraid. Afraid of what? That's the next question that should likely follow. Without a doubt, it will be. Afraid of what? Succeeding? Failing? And in those two extreme polarities is the truth. Which is, I am the awareness of what I thought was succeeding and what I thought was failing. I am that single-pointed awareness. And in all fairness, you have always been that, you are that now, and you will forever be. Do you see? To some people who come across this feed, as they watch the vessel and everyone in here bleed their love for God, to them it's simply a passing by of things. That's wonderful. Things happen in the proper season. Speaking of the proper season, Merry Christmas to all of you. Whatever that means for you, however it needs to be said, so that you can be fed with your deity. Full to the hilt. So much so that you lose your own identity within your deity and you amalgamate as one being. What depression? You have been fed well this evening. "2020 is here. Be open, be hoping, be planted, and don't take for granted the awareness, the God-given faculty of awareness of truth that is everywhere, as well as the bullshit. How do I discern? You learn by watching those who understand the divine plan. Understand? It is said, it shall be, it is grand. God bless you. Everyone, thank you very much for joining Center of Light tonight. Wow. What a Christmas blessing I just had. Just being in that story. Because believe it or not, everything I shared audio-wise, speaking, it really wasn't about that. That was describing the feelings and the consciousness that I was playing with. How it felt to be me in that space. That's what it is. So it's really not the words. Take the words and put them aside now. Now you know what I felt by me using those words to help you so that we can all get into this space together. I just had a boat and said, everybody come in the boat and pick up a paddle and let's go in this direction. That's exactly what happened. There is a language beyond talking. There is a beautiful language that even exists far beyond listening. It requires shh. The talking is the silence. It's the inactive expression. You can do it right now. Just pop. And as soon as you do it, the whole universe opens up. Watch, check it out. Try it. No talking, no thought. That space right there. That's where your antidepressant lies. Water. Drink lots of water if you're depressed. Lots of water. Magnesium. Look it up on Google. Water. Drinking water with depression. Magnesium with depression. Vitamin D with depression. There are ways out. This platform is giving you a way out. I just offered you a life preserver. What are you going to do with that? If I don't offer you what you desire, have to feed you fully to get you out of this dark space that you might be in, you can always send me an inbox. I am that approachable. Okay? Merry Christmas. Let me look in the room real quick before I jet. Robert Harrison, Cindy Aldridge says, if depressed, if one can begin to turn their mind towards gratitude, it all changes. Yes. Hi, Linda, Carla Holy, John, Katarina, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me, Center of Light Radio. Let me look on YouTube real quick. Thank you, everyone. Everyone, thank you. I love you. Merry Christmas. Hi, Karen. You are loved beyond measure. I will be seeing you really soon. Today is Thursday. Christmas party coming soon. I'm gonna play my guitar. I'm gonna do some singing and some twanging on some stringing. Christmas night, my presentation on the life of Jesus Christ. If you know someone who's depressed, tell them I love them. Tell them you love them. Give them the link to this presentation. Encourage them. But they have to want it. I understand. It can be challenging. No one's broken. It's not a matter of fixing them. It's a matter of being perfectly placed just to be an anchor for someone who just may need it. But they have to want to get out of the quandary before anything can ever happen. But your love for them is enough. Merry Christmas. Your love beyond measure.